Hello everyone, thank you for joining us at this evening's webinar. Tonight what we're going to be doing is taking a look at our new software which has been designed for scanning the Asian stock markets, various Asian stock markets, and in particular we're going to be looking at the Hong Kong exchange tonight. And we're going to be demonstrating this software which is very exciting. There's nothing else like it in Asia, especially for the Chinese markets, that has been available for the individual traders. Other software like this is out there, but it's only available pretty much for institutional level traders who are professionals or work in banks or mutual funds. But now with DragonCharts, we give you the unfair advantage that the professionals don't want you to know about. And we're going to show you how. When you're looking through stocks in the market and you're trying to find the best stocks to buy, it can be very time consuming if you have to look through all the charts at one time, manually, one by one. With DragonCharts, we make that process a lot faster by enabling you to scan to find stocks with the strongest technical patterns with the click of a button. Now let me introduce you to this software. There's two types of scans that we can do. One is called DragonScans, and the other is called self-serve, and we switch between them by clicking on the tab here. Now DragonScans, what this is a very quick way for somebody to scan for the types of stocks that we trade. We have a trading course in which we teach our students the strategy that we've been using successfully for many years, and in that course we talk about three types of trades that we take. One is called a relative strength breakout, which is a stock that's breaking out above a base of consolidation, a strong breakout. Then we have the pullback, which is a stock that's in an uptrend but pulls back to support of an uptrend line or a moving average. And then we have a trend reversal, which is a stock that's reversing from a long-term downtrend. So we have all three of these. Now, what we've done here is we've actually taken the formulas and made these formulas preset, so that if somebody is new to trading, they can simply find the stocks that meet our criteria simply by clicking one of these buttons and not needing to know anything about technical scans. And now let me just demonstrate here. If we go to China, for example, and then we go to Hong Kong Stock Exchange, okay, we can pick the exchange Hong Kong, Shanghai, even Shenzhen, but let's do Hong Kong. And we can select the minimum price or minimum volume here. This is handy if you don't want to trade stocks that are too cheap or too expensive. And the average daily volume is important so that you can make sure you're trading stocks that are liquid. But let's say we want to trade stocks that are at least 10 Hong Kong dollars. We would select the $10 minimum on the slider, and then we hit the Scan Now button. And you can see we get a list of all the stocks that meet our criteria for relative strength breakout. So these are going to be all strong stocks that are in an uptrend or that have broken out above resistance. If we click on the ticker symbol, we get a chart of the stock. Here you can see number 6, which is called Hong Kong Power Assets. Notice the steady uptrend. The stock is trending higher above its 20-period exponential moving average, which is the pink line. It's above its 50-day moving average, the green line, and it's above its 200-day moving average, which is the blue line. So it's met our criteria for buying in all cases. And you can see here that we even have drawing tools. We can draw trend lines, for example, like this. We can see the steady uptrend here. And then we can even draw a trend line to see that the stock has just broken out above a base of consolidation. And that's why it's on a relative strength breakout scan. Another one we take a look at here is Hutchinson. Now, those of you who came to our last webinar on Tuesday, we pointed out Hutchinson as a potential buy entry because it had broken out above this downtrend line that we see right here. And actually, since it's broken out, it's actually held above that downtrend line and it's showing relative strength. So this stock looks like it's going to climb back to its prior highs. China Shanghai, another example. You can see the stock has just broken out above sideways consolidation, a range of consolidation here, and now it's holding near its highs up here. And we can change the time interval. We can go back to 1 year time period, which uses weekly charts, or even the 3-year time period. Or we can do shorter time, 1 month or 10 days, for example. So we can change our time frame, our time parameters as well. Now these charts are not designed to be, the extremely high-tech charts in terms of technical analysis capabilities. What we have at DragonCharts is not a technical analysis platform, it's a scanning platform. So what a lot of our students do is they actually take the results from the DragonCharts scans, these stocks that are listed in the text here, and then they actually use another platform to analyze the charts more carefully, such as Interactive Brokers, which is one of our partner brokerage firms. You can do many types of technical analysis on the charts. These charts are meant just to give you a basic idea, a very quick view of the chart, and then what a lot of our people do is export the ticker symbols. And you can see here the stock that I just happened to pull up is Wheelock. Notice how this is poised to break out above consolidation. The horizontal break out above resistance. The horizontal line here represents the resistance level. So the stock's poised to break out. So that's just an example of the relative strength breakout. And then we have a pullback scan, which is stocks that are in an uptrend that are pulling back to support. If we take a look at some of these, you can see these are stocks that are within the past on 3 to 7 days off their high and pulling back to support of a 20-day moving average or an uptrend line. And you can see here, for example, this stock broke out and then it just pulled back, and now it's holding its 20-day moving average, so it's a secondary buy entry. And again, if all these types of plays we're looking at don't make any sense to you, that's okay. We actually have our stock trading course where we teach our students everything they need to know about how to get started trading in the stock market, and that includes learning how to read chart patterns. Now let's look at the self-serve scan. On the self-serve scan here, we've got same type of thing. We can select which country, which exchange, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and then we simply have moving averages. We can select moving average scans. Let's say we want to see only stocks that are trading above their 20-day exponential moving average. We would select 20-day and then select exponential moving average, EMA. So now we say the stock is above equals current price to 50% above. This will return all stocks that are trading at or within 50% above their 20-day moving averages. You can see there's quite a few. Now if we want to narrow that list down, we could say, okay, the stocks needs to be above its 20-day moving average, its 50-day moving average, and its 200-day moving average, which is the 3 main moving averages we use and we teach to our students. So we'd say, okay, the price has to be equal to or above the moving average up to the maximum of 90% above. So now this is going to return stocks that are in an uptrend because they're trading above all 3 moving averages. You can see the list is smaller now. And then we can do scans to look at stocks that are trading near their highs. Let's say we want to see only stocks that are within 10% of their 52-week highs. Okay, we can select that here. And do a scan. And we can see the list gets much smaller now. These are only stocks that are trading within 10% of their 52-week highs. And we can even narrow the list down more by doing a relative strength ranking. This tells us it's only going to return the strongest stocks in the market if we use this type of scan. And we see here we're going to see stocks that are 90 to 100 relative strength ranking. And now the list is even smaller. So we can really narrow down here what we're looking at. We can even do a price filter. Let's make sure we want to look at stocks that are at least $10. There we go. Now we've got a list of 20 strongest stocks in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange right now. These are all stocks that are above their 20, their 50, and their 200-day moving averages. They trade at least $10 a share. They're within 10% of their 52-week high, and they're top 10% of all stocks for relative strength ranking. So let's look at some of the charts. Here we've got Galaxy Enterprises. Notice the steady uptrend right at its high and bounced off the 50-day moving average, trending steadily higher. We can hit our space bar and go to the next one in the symbol. The stock's consolidating at its high. This pattern here is real nice. The stock's been in a steady uptrend, bounced off the 50-day moving average, and now over the past 3 days it was consolidating at its prior high and just broke out yesterday above that high. You can see right here. And this is Jiang Copper. Here again, it's a stock that's at a new high above all its moving averages. So these are all the strongest stocks out there in the market right now. Here's another one, Win Macau. This is a nice pattern. You can see that this is poised to break out. It's been consolidating near its highs, and it's poised to break out above horizontal price resistance. So that's a potential buy entry. So you can see the flexibility and the power of this scanning application and how much of a time saver it really is for our traders. And again, we teach our traders how to interpret the results that are returned so that if they don't understand technical analysis, we teach them which types of trades present the best reward risk. And we don't make specific recommendations to buy or sell stocks because we're not a brokerage firm. Rather, all we do is we provide a software platform to analyze data that's already available to the public, and then we educate people how to interpret the information, how to manage their risk, how to understand the psychology of trading, and how to understand which chart patterns are the best ones to consider buying or selling. This is what we do at DragonCharts, and we do this through online webinars. Everyone who uses our software gets access to our live daily webinars where we actually teach you how to use the software and the scans. This software, by the way, is going to be released to the public sometime next week. It's been in development now for almost a year. Now, if you're interested in being a beta tester for the software, if you want to be on the list of the first 1,000 people to test this software when it's ready for public release, please let us know. And we would definitely put you on a list of people to test the software out. It'll be free to start in the beginning, and then it'll be a subscription-based product after that. So, does anybody have any questions?